Thank you for tuning in to Culture Fix today. I am joined by one of Bulgaria's top music talents, the fantastic Victoria. Victoria made a lasting impression on music fans with her Eurovision entries, Tears Getting Sober and Growing Up is Getting Older. She has since continued to release a diverse mix of singles, and you don't stick to one genre, which is, what I love about your music. Your latest track is We Don't Get Along, and you've joined me today to talk about it. So thank you so much, Victoria. It's a real pleasure.
It's a real pleasure for me too. Thank you for this interview and invitation.
Amazing. Well, will we jump in with the new single first, We Don't Get Along, because it's a really, really interesting track. And with the video and the audio combined, it's a real kind of statement. I would love you to talk to me a little bit about the themes of We Don't Get Along.
Yes, We Don't Get Along came into my head in a very dark time when I was going through last year. It was in December actually. I was just starting learning guitar by myself at home, and I just learned a few chords on the guitar, and I started singing the chorus melody. And at first I was like, that's an interesting idea, I guess. And it kept stuck in my head for a couple of days after that. But then I forgot about that melody, and I was like, I wasn't very unsure what to do with it. But then a couple of months later, I had a session with my team, and it was our first session in Sweden. And we were struggling to find the right sound, the in general, the vibe we were going through the whole day. And I was like, I have this idea of a melody that came into my mind a couple of months ago. And they were like, okay, go for it, show it to us. And I started singing it and playing on the guitar. And they were like, oh, that's actually a good chorus. And I was like, maybe, yeah, we could try to do something with it. And it was a really, it was a slow ballad in the beginning. It
Okay.
was in different tempo, and yeah, it was interesting to shift it into the song it is now, because I was like, maybe we should try to make it like an ironic song and make it more upbeat and up tempo to, you know, get people vibe with it
Yeah.
and just have fun with it. And at the same time, to go into this topic, which is really important in nowadays, the digital age era we live in and the pressure of it.
Yeah. How do you manage your own relationship with social media? Because I know that's a big part of the song is the kind of the pressures of the things that we are fed by the algorithm. So how do you kind of manage that yourself? Are you quite strict, or do you kind of maybe limit yourself to sort of 5, 10 minutes, or are you like me and just constantly scrolling?
I'm really bad at this, to be honest. I'm constantly scrolling, which is making me crazy because it's so obsessive. You hold your phone and you're just like this, and it's toxic for me. I'm trying to not do it that often right now. But I caught myself doing it all of the time, and I felt really isolated from the world, from the people I love, from connections with people in general. And I was feeling the pressure also from the people I work with that I have to be more present in social media. And it's not that I hate that, but sometimes, you just wake up with a bad mood and you
Yeah.
can't just take your phone and shoot yourself. You don't feel beautiful, you don't feel great today. And they're like, yes, but you have to be there.
Yeah.
You have to gain likes, you have to gain views and stuff. And some kind of validation. And that's really stressful and, as I said, toxic in a way, to be in it constantly all of the time. And that's why I felt really pressured about that topic and wanted to write We Don't Get Along. And it felt really naturally writing it and making it ironic in a way because I was feeling the emotions really heavy, but didn't want to present it in that way to people.
Yeah, I think it's tough, isn't it? Because you go into music to kind of to showcase the music and the lyrics and your kind of vision there. But now there's the expectation that if you are in the music industry, you have to be almost an influencer. You have to be sharing everything. You have to be posting a certain number of stories and sort of reels a day. So I can totally understand why that is a tough thing because it's not really what you signed up for.
Yes, it's weird because I'm kind of a paradox person. I want to be an artist. I want to write my own music and share it with the world and keep going and growing. At the same time, I know I have to be in order to succeed, to be some in the spotlight, and I don't want to be there sometimes. I just want to chill at home and just enjoy life.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, it's about finding the balance, I think, which is really hard.
Yeah. Well, the I think the video for the song really captures that perfectly, and it's fun, but there's also that element of darkness and irony, as you say, that goes through it. And I'd love to kind of chat a little bit about the concept for that and the sort of process of making the video.
Yes, the video, wow, that was such a journey to make that video because we had a lot of different ideas. The first idea was to show a Barbie world in a really fake world on a LED screen and stuff like that. But then we were like, maybe we should make it um, more natural to people and show how it is to compare yourself with the others and try to fit somebody in a box and to be like everybody else.
Yeah.
And we started from that idea. And then we decided to make, we were like 6 or 7 girls, I don't remember exactly in the video, that look the same and do all of the same stuff in order to, succeed in social media or whatever we are doing in our lives. But I was the fail in the system in a way because I didn't want to be like them. I was following them, but I was trying to always do something different
Yeah.
and not be like that. And that's the idea of um, showing the pressure of that, how people want to put you in a box and you don't want to be there. And you're starting to doubt yourself all of the time. You're starting to compare yourself and you're like, am I good enough? Am I worth it? Is everything I do worth it? And at the end, with the interlude that we made and finished the whole project, I think the interlude is the most important part actually from the whole story because it describes all of the emotions you're going through, the anxiety, the doubts, and everything around that.
Yeah, I think the interlude is good because even if it just makes people think for a split second and actually step back from, their relationship with other people, with the online world, the digital world, it's a good thing because, as you say, we're all flawed and we all get kind of addicted to these things, but actually just having the awareness to step back for a moment, like the video kind of shows, and step away and do your own thing and be your own person is it's a nice message to put out there.
Yes. Yeah.
Um, well, speaking of like the world of media and social media, I suppose Eurovision must have been that to a infinite degree, the amount of kind of pressure and sort of press that you have to do as part of that experience. Um, can we talk about 2020? So that was Tears Getting Sober in Rotterdam. What are your reflections on the song? Do you kind of feel a sort of sense of injustice that it never got to kind of have the treatment that it deserved?
Yeah, that was a really tough time for me because people were really believing in that song, and that was really exciting for me because it was the first ballad I made with all my heart and a team because I was just starting writing and I was just starting as a songwriter in general before Eurovision, like a couple of months ago before that. and it was really new for me, really fresh, and I was still trying to find my sound, but I always knew that harmonies, real instruments, and honesty and vulnerability and in music, it's the biggest part for me, that it's the most important. Um, and when it was canceled, that was so devastating for me because I really dreamt about singing this song on the stage, not only because it was a favorite for the people, but it was my favorite song back then, and it was really hard to make the next song for the next year. The
Mhm.
expectations were really big, and I had to top up that song, and I didn't top it up. So it was yeah, it was a year full of a lot of anxiety and struggles, but I think I learned a lot from that experience.
Yeah. So when you kind of made it onto the Eurovision stage in Turin, did it live up to your expectations, or was there still the sort of, I know obviously the pandemic was still going on and there was still it was a very reduced audience, but did you actually manage to enjoy the experience?
Oh yeah, I really did. It was just, from Eurovision has these a lot of parties that are going on
Yeah.
around it. We couldn't be a part of it because of restrictions and COVID and everything, but the whole thing, like being there, being on the stage in front of an audience, it was just amazing. The only thing I remember is just go on the stage and hear all of the screams from the crowd, and that was amazing. Once in a lifetime experience that I can't, I've never felt like that before.
Yeah. Um, Obviously, I know Bulgaria haven't taken part in recent years. Do you think they will come back, and would you be interested in going again?
Hopefully, I think Bulgaria should come back for sure on Eurovision because I think it's important to be there. And I really wish we have a lot of talented people here, and they deserve to experience that feeling. And it's for our country. It's always a proud moment for that to be there. And hopefully we will come back. I'm not sure about me. I wouldn't go back actually, because I think that's once in a lifetime experience that it should stay like that. If you come back a couple of times, I don't know. It loses the magic somehow.
Yeah, I tend to agree with you. I think it's unless I guess you maybe have someone like Loreen who has a song that they want to share again, and maybe if you find that song, you would be interested. But yeah, it's I like the idea of it being a kind of special once in a lifetime experience, and you can always look back on it and think, wow, I did that. The staging, I loved your staging on the Eurovision stage because it was really intimate and really personal, but obviously in a huge arena. How do you go about creating that sort of atmosphere in a kind of a big space, but making it feel so kind of quiet and like impactful?
It really depends on the song you're presenting. For me, that was the case because the song was really personal to me. It was about family connections, and back then, my dad, when he was alive, he was really sick, and I wanted to make it not only for the song and the country and everything. I wanted to make something special for him. And that's why I wanted to create this safe space, really intimate and cozy on the stage without any, too many sparkles and stuff because, Eurovision is about sparkles and big stuff. And I wanted to be really natural and just express the emotion through the song and through the whole staging, the lightning, this big rock we had on the stage and the sand that represented the time, how it's going so fast and you're trying to catch it but you can't. So it was very metaphorical way of expressing it.
Yeah, they're very powerful. Um, so we don't get along. Is the plan to maybe bring a kind of full album out, or are you thinking EP, or is it going to be a sort of standalone track?
Um, I've been working really hard for the past year and a half trying to find different directions of my sound and, new directions because I've been stuck in writing ballads for years and I started writing upbeat songs more and more lately, which is interesting and nice. And I'm really looking forward in releasing an album, hopefully next year, because I have a lot of demos and I really can't wait to, finish them and make them like a whole project and a whole pack.
No, that'd be great. So you've been working in the music industry for a while now. How have you changed as an artist? Do you feel you have maybe you feel you haven't changed, but how do you feel you've kind of you've grown as an artist?
I'm constantly changing all of the time, which is really weird for me because I don't see it at the moment, but when I go back in time, I'm like, huh, I'm such a different person now. And like, even as a like personal experiences and everything and how I look into the world around me and the music and everything. So, mm, how I've changed. I've grown a lot. I think I became more honest, more true to myself with time. Because before I was afraid to speak all of my feelings, when I was making a song, I was always trying to be more, not very, how to say it, sorry,
Kind
my
of like
word.
guarded, maybe? Is it you want to kind of keep part of it?
More abstract, not very
Okay.
specific. But now when I write music, I'm trying to be more specific with stories, so it could be more closer to people and they could understand all of the feelings I'm going through. Because when I write music, I like to to come from a personal story that I know a lot of people are going through the same stuff, and there are a lot of people who are feeling alone in
Mm.
things they're going through. And when me personally, when I hear a song that resonates with all my feelings, I'm always like, oh, this is such a medicine for me.
Yeah.
And I want my music to feel like medicine for people.
Yeah. It's a big hug, isn't it? You know, you kind of feel comforted when you think they get it and other people get this. You do feel less alone. I think it's a nice message.
Yeah, and
Um,
also they're all strangers and you connect with strangers and you kind of become like one,
yeah.
safe space.
And it's tough, isn't it? Because then that it brings in that positive element of social media that you can connect with people and perhaps fans that feel alone and feel maybe disconnected can get some sort of comfort from your kind of your presence and your music. So it's yes, it's a double-edged sword
Yes, that's the tough part of it, I think. And it's also, as I said, it's about balance. We need to find balance between being present on social media and also live our life like fully how it should be.
in the moment. Yeah.
Yeah.
You took part as well in the X Factor Bulgaria, and that kind of launched you to the audiences. How did you find that? Because you were quite young. Was it quite an enjoyable experience, or was it overwhelming, or how would you sum up that experience?
Oh, that was so long ago. It was my first, experience on a big stage, on the TV and everything. I was still trying to figure out who am I as a person. I wasn't an artist there then for sure, because I was just singing covers and stuff and was trying to be a singer. But it was interesting because in such a live show, they're trying to put you through different genres and styles and everything. In that way, you can discover about yourself what you're like or you don't like and how you see yourself in the future. And it was an interesting experience because I I was really bubbly back then. Like I was crying all of the time. I was so unsure of what am I doing there and how I'm gonna pass through the next show and everything. But it was a great experience because I knew what I want to do after that and what I don't want to do or who I don't want to be.
It's yeah, it's almost like a kind of training academy, isn't it, for musicians?
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Um, well, I don't want to take up too much of your time, but I've got some quick fire questions to finish up. Um, so they're a mix. Some of them are about your new music, some of them are about your outlook on life. If there's any that are too tricky, just pass. So,
Okay.
if we don't get along was a cocktail, what would it be?
Ooh. Something spicy, I guess.
Nice.
Margarita?
Nice. Okay. Um, what is a song that you wish you had written? Maybe a song that's kind of world famous or a song that you love that you wish you'd written.
Recently I've been listening a lot to Ray's new song that it's not released yet because I went to her concert in Munich
Oh,
uh
amazing.
last weekend, I think it was. Um, and it's called I Know You're Hurting.
Yeah.
So
Um,
it's when I heard that song and she was singing it live, I was crying like a baby because I felt every word and yeah, I connected with it so much. So that's a song I wish I could have written.
yeah, I think the world is waiting for her to officially release this. It's a
Yeah.
great track. Um, what comes first for you, the lyric, the melody, or the vibe?
Oh, it's different. Sometimes I write just based like throwing out some words and stuff. And from that, I get inspired about a melody. But maybe most of the times melodies comes first. I'm just whenever I have a melody in my head, even if it's a really stupid one, I'm always with my phone and just recording it just in case.
Uh,
Because sometimes even the most stupid stuff becomes something interesting in the future. So
yeah,
yeah,
you never know.
you
Um,
never know.
is there one Bulgarian artist that maybe you know about, but they're not widely known, maybe outside Bulgaria that you would recommend?
Hmm. That is not very known.
Yeah, yeah. So maybe someone that you're a fan of or you've worked with that maybe they're maybe a little bit underrated.
Hmm. That's interesting. I mean, all of the Bulgarian artists I know, they're quite popular in Bulgaria and they're really good, I think. There are a lot of talented people actually. Mm, I can't really think of one that is not popular and quite not,
Okay.
you know.
Um, what was the first album you bought or streamed? Can you
Ooh.
remember?
Yes, actually. Adam Lambert, it was his first album, but
Was it for your
I
entertainment?
yes, exactly.
Yeah, yeah.
So
It's
I
good.
was a big fan of Adam Lambert. That was a madness
Yeah,
when I was.
yeah, it's a good album. I do like it.
Yeah,
Um, you might not have one, but do you have a guilty pleasure pop song?
pop song. Hmm, I'm not sure. But sometimes I do listen to, I mean, I like to listen to Christina Aguilera and, Mariah Carey, these type of
Yeah,
sad kind of songs and yeah,
yeah,
Britney
channel
Spears.
your inner diva.
Yeah, exactly.
What would you say is the biggest misconception that people have about you? So they maybe
Miscon
think, yeah, so they maybe think something, but it's actually not true.
People often think about me that I'm really distant and cold, and I'm quite the opposite. I'm such a warm person. It's just I have a barrier and they don't get that. It's hard for me to open up to
Yeah.
people. And yeah, I've heard a lot about that, about me, that I'm um yeah, cold.
They just need to watch this interview and see that you're absolutely not. Um,
Thank you.
so, last question. If you weren't a musician, what creative career would you have gone for?
Oh, I've been constantly thinking about that like lately. Uh, I don't know. I would die without music for sure. I mean, it sounds weird, but it's true. But I've been into actually vintage um furniture and stuff and like style. I really like that. I've been buying a lot of vintage furniture for my place where I live. It's not here where I'm now, but at my home. And it became a really big passion for me. Or maybe I've been into DJing stuff
Cool.
lately. I can't do that, but I would definitely love to try out some stuff.
Nice. So we'll either get Victoria's Antique Shop or Victoria's like music festival. Both sound good.
We can make a mix of it.
Yeah,
Like
antiques
mix
and
up
festival.
it with DJing festivals and the good coffee and brunch in it and have
Nice.
fun.
Yeah, it sounds good. Well, it's been so lovely to chat to you, and I've been a fan since your Eurovision entries. So it's really nice to hear your new music and to find out all about it. So thank you so much for taking the time to chat.
Thank you so much. It was a
Nice.
pleasure.